Welcome back to Aiden's podcast. Today I'm going to show you the basics of color grading and the different color corrections that you are able to do. I'm going to start off with the color board because I find it the most usual thing that I go to and probably the most easy to get the hang of to begin with. We'll start with color. You get 4 adjustments. You can adjust the color of the global scale, the shadows, the midtones, and the highlights. The global will control the whole image itself. The shadows will control the shadows, midtones, highlights, and highlights. Color, it's rather obvious. You move the global to the yellow, the whole thing turns yellow. And the shadows, if I move it to yellow, the shadowy and the darker parts of the image turn yellow. Then onto saturation is essentially how bright and how colorful the colors actually are. If I were to turn down the global saturation all the way down, it would be black and white. If I turn it up, it's super bright and essentially oversaturated. Same thing with shadows, midtones, and highlights. And then exposure is how bright the image is. Global, throw it all the way down. It gets dark, throw it all the way up. It gets overexposed. And then shadows, I find messing with all 3 of these with each category can yield to really unique color grading results. And then the others are color wheels, which are more specific to each. So they get their own wheel, and you get to decide what colors you want. And there's a bunch more you can do, like you can change the color, the saturation, the brightness, and then at the very bottom here you can change the mix, meaning how powerful those effects actually are. If I throw the global brightness up and I change the mix to 100%, it gets brighter, and I don't want that much, it gets lower. And then there's color curves, which are dedicated to the RGB, the red, green, blue colors, and basic lighting. With red, if I wanted more red, I can bring this up, but if I wanted more red or less red, I can throw less red and more red, so I get some in the highlights and not as much in the shadows. And on the hue and saturation curves, these are more the direct color, the light green versus dark green, and how colorful that green may be. Like I can throw this, I can bring down these greens, but then throw up this. So I don't have many greens and teals, but I can throw up every other color. And then the last one is color adjustments, which is your basic overall thing. I don't like this one because it's less specific and shows off significantly less than what you can actually do. It does everything the others can do, but with less specificity.